it will come up with this information here. Now, what this information is telling you is what your current watchtower level is, what your scout level is, and what your scout prevention level is. Now, you'll notice there's a plus in front of both of those, and what it basically works, or the way it actually works, is you take your watchtower level and you add 22 in this case to your scout level. So that will give you a new number, and that is your overall scouting ability. You want to have an accurate report, you need to have a higher scouting ability, higher or equal scouting ability to your opponent. So in this particular case, on my castle, I have a level 39 watchtower, and I have a level plus 22 scouting ability. If I add those two amounts together, it gives me a total of 61. As long as my opponent is also 61 on his watchtower and scout prevention level or lower, I'll be able to do it. Now, the scout prevention level is naturally higher than your scouting level, and scouting level caps out at 22 once you reach level 27, I think it was, on your tower. Just have a quick look. Yes. No, 26, 25. Okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, sorry, at level 22. So at level 22 of your watchtower, it caps out at plus 22 for your scouting level, and the only way to increase that is to increase the level of your actual tower, which means you've got to keep building your stronghold higher. Right, so the scouting prevention level, this is where your defensive side comes into it for the watchtower. Again, you take your level and you add your scouting prevention level. So I've got 39 and I've got 34 for a total of 73. So my scout prevention level is 73. So if somebody wants to scout me and have an accurate report, they need to have a scouting level of 73 or higher. Considering the fact that you can only go up to 22 maximum, that means that my opponent has to be level 51 in order to get an accurate report, which isn't in the game at the moment. So that's fantastic. No matter who scouts me, they'll get a so-so report. And the higher their level, they'll get a bit of a closer report, but they won't be 100% accurate. If you want to be 100% accurate, you need to have your scouting level with your tower level added together and be higher than your opponent's tower level added to their scouting prevention level. Now, I was very fortunate. One of the users in my kingdom, Voltplaza, she helped me out today with allowing me to scout her castle with multiple accounts, as well as then creating rallies against me and me creating rallies against her. So I could show you this video today. That's Voltplaza. Thank you very much, Voltplaza, for your assistance. And we're going to go and have a look at what actually happened with the multiple different castles that we utilized. To show this in action, I utilized an SH41, an SH34, an SH21, and an SH19, just so that you can actually see what these castles were able to do. Now, her castle is a level 32, and her tower is level 29. So if we go down to level 29, we can see that her scouting level, again, plus 22, and her scout prevention is plus 24. So it's 29 plus 24, basically, in this case, gives us 53. So as long as our scouting level is higher than that 53, we will be able to get an accurate report. That's why we're doing it with different size castles, so I can show you what it actually looks like when you have an inaccurate report. Right, let's have a quick look. Okay, so here I've got the 4 accounts open, and this is my SH41 over here, my SH34, SH21, and SH19, and each of them have scouted Voltplaza. So we're going to go and look at the mail and see the results of those reports. Here we go to war. And let's see, you have scouted the Voltplaza. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Right. So now each of these reports, because of the different levels of the watchtower, should be generally different, with the exception potentially of once my castles get to a high enough level. So we're going to start with the smallest one. Okay, so this is the SH19 trying to scout Voltplaza. Your scout attempt failed. The gap between the enemy's watchtower level and your own is too great. So this particular account, my SH19, if we go have a look inside quickly at the watchtower, we can see that our scouting level, if we go look into it at information and more information, Our watchtower is level 12 and our scouting level is plus 12. So we have a scouting level of 24, and that is not enough to beat her prevention level. Now, her prevention level, in case you forgot, she's level 29. Go back there. It's 29 plus 24 gives us 53. So because it was lower than 53, my guys came back with no response. They could not see anything because they were too small. So then we go look at the SH21. Now the SH21 report shows us we actually get a report back. We got some resources. We get to see the dragon level. We get to see one of the dragon skills, how many star levels it is, and we get to see an overall number of troops and an overall number of traps. We don't get troop breakdowns or anything like that, so we get partial information. We get some information. Why is that? Let's go and have a look at the watchtower level inside my SH21. So now if we go into information and more information here, we will see we are currently level 16 only in our watchtower, and we get plus 16. So that gives us a total of 32, which is closer, and it says, Scout, discover the exact number of enemy troops and heroes in the march. The revealed information about the enemy march's heroes and defense. Scout the heroes in the march of an opponent who has targeted you. So it's going to give you some information, in other words, but it's not going to give you all the information you're looking for. So because I'm closer to her level with this account, I can get some information, but it's not exactly going to be accurate. Now, if we go and have a look at our SH34, for example, we can have a look at this report, and we can see, here we go, level 62 dragon, and we can see all these skills here. We can see the heroes themselves, we can see the resources, and we can see the total troop count. But you'll see that this troop count is different to the one we just saw. Let's quickly go back to this SH21, and I can show you here again. If we go back to mail, war, here we go. If we go look here, it says 1.3 million. 1,328,105. Okay, but if we go and look again at this one, it says just over 1 million. 1,069,725. And it gives me a breakdown of all the different tiers and number of troops within those tiers that she has in her castle. And then it comes to the traps. It gives me a more accurate report of the traps, as well as the breakdown of the traps themselves also. It also then gives me her defensive and her offensive statistic bonuses from things like research and buildings and that sort of thing, research equipment. So I can actually then start to do a comparison, a benefit comparison. So if we go all the way down to the bottom, we click on benefit comparison, and it will show you the difference between yours and your opponents according to the scouting report. So it's given me a lot more information. It's basically given me everything I could possibly want to know. Now, why is that? Let's quickly have a look at the watchtower level on my SH34. Quickly go across to watchtower. So my watchtower is currently level 34. So it is already higher, which is fantastic. Plus the 22 for my scouting ability gives me a total of 56. Now that is in fact higher than her 53. So that tells me I'm now going to have an accurate report. To confirm the accuracy of the report, I have also scouted with the level 41 account. So let's have a look at that one quickly. And you can see here, again, same thing, level 62 dragons, same heroes, same resources, and again, the exact same number of troops with the same breakdown of the troops and the same number of traps with the same breakdown of the traps. So we know, okay, 100% we are actually accurate with our report. So what happens is basically your tower is very important to you in terms of, number one, being able to know what's coming towards you. Number two, being able to see what your opponent has. Number three, throwing them off the scent, giving them inaccurate reports. And number four, giving you accurate reports. So you really need to have your watchtower as leveled up as you can so that you can maximize out on that portion of the game. So now the other thing I did was, I've heard a lot of people saying to me that Your anti-scout ability, your scout prevention level, is how much you can prevent your opponent from seeing while you have an anti-scout on. That if your opponent is higher leveled than you, they will still see what you've got even with an anti-scout on. So what we did is build Plusa. She managed to put on an anti-scout for me, and we scouted a second time. And if we go into the reports for when we scouted, all 4 of these reports say the exact same thing. Your scout attempt failed. The enemy has used an anti-scout item to prevent reconnaissance, which means no matter what level your opponent is, no matter how much bigger than you they are, if you've got an anti-scout on, they cannot see what you have. Okay, so the anti-scout, that scout prevention level has nothing to do with your anti-scout ability. That's totally separate. One of the other key functions of the Watchtower is to be able to look at an incoming rally and understand what it is that's coming towards you. Should you get out of the way? Should you teleport away? Should you put a shield, etc.? So what you can do, if you look here, you'll see this little icon over here, the shortcut, basically, to the Watchtower lookout. Again, as you can see, same icon. So if you click on here, or you go to the Watchtower and you click lookout, you'll be able to see the rally that's coming in. You'll be able to see where it's going to, in other words, to your castle. It will always be your castle. I don't see anybody actually trying to rally at a tile or something like that. And then if you click this little side arrow over here, you'll actually be able to see the composition of what is inside that rally. What troop types, how many players, how many troops each player is actually sending to the rally, and that sort of thing. The other function here also is that if you again click that arrow, you'll be able to see both the to target and the from target. So here it tells you the target, and if you click on this, it'll go to the coordinates of your castle. And if you click on this side, you'll actually go to the coordinates of the person who is doing the attacking on you. So as you saw, I clicked there, and there's a Volt Plusa over here. So I can see that's the person who's actually targeting me. So that's basically it, guys. That is why the tower is so important. It gives you the ability to see what's coming at you. It gives you more details about your target. It gives you more accurate details about your target. And it gives you the ability to throw your target off the scent of what you actually have within your castle. On top of that, you've also got the prestige bonus for your bowman attack, which is extremely important in both PvE and PvP battles. That's going to be it for this video, guys. That is everything you need to know about the Watchtower specifically. If you've got any questions or if I missed anything, please don't forget to drop a comment down below. I will respond to you. Otherwise, if you do like my content, you want to see more videos, links to click the link for subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you can know whenever I go live or whenever I upload a new video. If you are looking for ways to support the channel, link to Patreon is down in the description below. And at the end of this video will be a brief little video for you to look at for the history or the future of this channel, just so that you can see, in case you missed that one, to see where we actually going forward. All right, guys, that's it for this video. As I say, I will catch you on the next one. Until then, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.